Hello, I'm Otto and welcome to my Factorio 2.0 guide. This is episode 8. Let's see. Oh, we do not have that many of these. So in the last episode, we connected the iron mine down here and connected that to our future smelting stacks. And we tapped the copper down here, the stone over here, got rid of the biters. So in this episode, let's see, in preparation for our mall, we need to increase the amount of blue inserters that we get. So let's go with, we're gonna get up to, let's say 200. We need to up the blue inserters. So the goal for this episode is we need to finish off this copper here. The copper lines that we got in the bottom were, I'm not gonna say a waste, but this is just like future proofing and prepping for when we activate. Let's put some tags on. So I'm gonna put iron. Just to kind of show where we have things so that we're not guessing. This is also iron, so we need copper is here, and another copper here, and we need 2 for steel, and steel, and then stone brick. Like that. And then our bus, let's add, what are we gonna do? Let's do red belt for bus. So the bus is gonna be here. And once we start adding in the next episode, we need to get, for this episode, we need to finish everything that we need to do before we get to electronic circuits. But we're gonna have an electronic circuit build here, and one here. And then our mall will be a large portion of this, so we'll mark that once we get there. But for this episode, we need a lot more belts. I don't really think there's anything that we can do to increase production over here. This is largely limited by the incoming iron that we have, and this is at least a full belt, so that's probably about as much as we're gonna get here. Even if we beefed this up, this is all saturated here, so this is fine. There's not really that much we could do. We could priority filter this, but I'm not too concerned with that. You know what, let's just see how it goes. Let's priority filter that. So that means that all of this lane will be funneled directly into here. That should bump up the gears here, but that will diminish a little bit what's going on over here. That's okay. Let's get some lights. We're gonna need some lights. Stack is fine. Okay. We have grenades, we have miner, we need some more miners. What do we have here? That might not be enough, but we shall see. Power poles, just top up to 100. And there's a couple things that we can trash. So we're gonna go down to our junk box. We have burner miners, small power poles. We need to get rid of the extra yellow ammo that we have. And just toss that right into there. And I think that's it for now. Always nice to clean up just a little bit. And you can see we're like really hammering out oh, and wood. We don't need the wood either. But that's kind of our fuel source right now, so let's snag some coal for the car. get rid of the wood. There. Alright. We need to set up the coal. Let's get the coal first. So let's... That is going to go towards the steel. Let's clear out some trees and make room for... just get that one. So our coal line will come through here. Let's map view and see. Alright, so we need to clear out a lot of the... Oh, that is way too far. Clear out a lot of this. And this is... Okay, this is too far, but... and we're gonna need a path right through here. Thank goodness we have all of these grenades. Alright, so we need to grab this coal. We need to get, you know what, let's just future-proof a little bit. We are going to end up having coal come through here as well. Because at some point we will need to have extra coal for this line once we... No! Once we upgrade all of this to red belts. Which we will do after we build the shopping mall. I don't want to risk hitting those again, so let's just shoot all of these trees down. Now we can grenade. Something like that. Alright. So we're gonna set up these in a way. Yeah, that'll work. Set these up in a way that we can just drag them out. 13, 1.5. We could do 1.5. Okay. Alright, so we need to set up coal here. We need to get the iron going for the steel. And what else do we need to do? We might need to kill the biter nest to the south. We can probably wait for that though. Alright, so we need power. And we go to the farthest side back. Set that in the last spot. And so we can set anything else to the side. And here. Sure. Let's do that, and then hand place that one. Is that everything? That's everything. Alright, belts. We do not have a lot of belts, but that's okay. We're not sending large amounts to the south. We really only need a full belt coming through. We're going to merge all of these together. Do I want to use a balancer? Yeah, let's do a 3x1. So that will be... let's just line that up straight. I'm gonna go to the upgrade planner and right click and downgrade this one, and this will come up here, and this one in the middle. All right, so we just need to fill this out, and then we will start moving this to what is this doing? Nope. Up and right. Okay, so now we just need to get this over, and we need to get power through here. Oh, really? We just missed that. Come on. So we did not have our city block design coming up this way, so let's punch that in, and then we can get, do I really want to drag these through? Let's just, anywhere we see deconstruction planner, blow that up, or... Oh, no. I thought that was a ghost. It was not. there. Okay, that one was kind of unnecessary at this point. So let's find the one buried in here. And we will use this for our power. Up to the coal. So we'll just let this... Sure. Okay, so all of those are powered. We are getting coal. This is heading down to our smelting areas. Now we just need to connect... Oops. Connect this here. Once you just have one, you can just like run it down the line like this. Oh, you know what? We need two. Oh man, we probably need 2 lanes coming down here. You know what? It's fine for now. Let's see. We're not gonna have enough belts to get steel over. We will need 2 steel lines coming down, and it will come down like through here and merge in. We want to leave enough room for the iron, the stone. How do I want to line this up? Let's just start it here. And we will kind of offset it like this. 33 is not enough. Okay, we need to just make sure that these are covered. So we are going to be doing it the way that we not doing it the way that we normally do it, with having at least 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever we kind of predetermine as the amount. Oof. I really needed one right here, but I don't want to do this little offset, but I think we're gonna have to. Okay, we'll make it work. And let's see, where is the power pole over here going to line up? And looks like we're gonna need one for the front. And then these guys over here need power, so let's drag that there. This one, sure. That power for all of these, and we will have these come up and merge somewhere in here. And that is our stone for stone brick, which is going to go in here. We're not going to worry too much about having a crazy balancer. We just need a little bit of stone going in there, and we need a little bit of stone going there. This will be our stone line, and this will be our stone bricks. So you only need half of the amount that you would normally need, because it takes 2 stone to make 1 stone brick. But we do need to get this going because out of belts. Because we will need these stone brick for walls, and the walls we need for military science. So we are definitely going to want to get some military science hand fed in this episode. By the end of the episode, it'll be the last thing that we do. Did not finish these. Let's just drag this down and see, does it connect there? Let's see some coal coming through. No, we're still blocked here. There. All right, we'll come take a look at that again shortly. And we're out of yellow inserters. That's fine. Do a little bit of resupply run. We're only gonna have like maybe 300 belts at the most. How many do we have? 600. Oh, that is fantastic. We're just gonna grab all of the inserters. We're definitely gonna need some more miners. Sure. Power poles. Okay, we're good. Power poles. Undergrounds, we're probably fine. Okay, for now that's good enough. Let's continue on with making the stone brick. inserters. You know, it's so funny because, like, I talked about some of the what did I talk about? I talked about the speedrunners earlier. I think I mentioned that they use just nothing but yellow belts, and it is wild, like, watching them because I don't think this is gonna line up if we are in that direction, so let's just do it this way. It's wild watching them because they are so much more accurate than a lot of us. I don't know how you like practice being that much more accurate, but yay, stone bricks are in the making. Okay, so we have that. We will need to set up the copper at some point. We have enough stone furnaces, I believe. Can we make more? 6. Alright, so what do we need? We need to set up the iron up here. We're 16 minutes in. And we will need to possibly see if we can get the bus going. Get our car, which is always facing in the wrong direction conveniently. So we need to run power over there. That was going to be through... Yep, through this line here. Looks like we're going to need to do some grenading over there as well. We do have enough grenades. Awesome. So let's just clear some of this so that we don't need to work around the trees. And then we need to merge them at some point. We can actually just go straight through here. Something like that. Let's get rid of these rocks. And hey, more stone for more furnaces if we need. No! That's what I get for trying to move too fast. Okay, so we're gonna line this up. Let's do that. Copy and just see where we're at. That is not gonna work. Let's see how this one lines up. Is that acceptable? Okay, we're just gonna have to accept that we're not going to have another line. So let's just leave it at that. And 1K, 3, what was that? 13? All right. We are so close to utilizing our bus. I know it's a lot of setup for the bus, but once we start getting stuff down, we just, you know what, stuff just makes. We don't have to worry that much. We just need to worry about our inputs. We need to worry about, do we have enough mining set up? That's really the key part. And I do know from previous playthroughs and having tested based off of this seed that most of the supply lines that we have should feed us for the most part through towards the end of the game. Again, coal is going to be an exception and stone is going to be an exception. Offset that one, and we need power over here. So let's just do that there. Okay, so that's that side, and we just need this last little lower section here. Everything's connected. We just need to belt it up. Oh, I'm so glad we caught the gears. Like, that would have set us back so far if I hadn't caught that. And thankfully it didn't set us back too much because we had a full box when we went over there, so, you know, unless we just had randomly decided to have a bigger box. Alright, so how many is this? This is 5 lines. So let's do a 5 by... we're gonna do a 5x2 balancer, so we're gonna have 2 lanes coming out. So as usual, upgrade planner, Alt U, right click to downgrade. Yeah, they do some funky stuff in these blueprints. Why did that not downgrade? Alt U, right click. There. This one's gonna go straight in. And fill in the blueprint. I kind of wish that I understood some of these blueprints enough to maybe figure them out on my own, but you know what? They've already got this mastered, so. Okay, and then just 2 belts out. No. We'll use the belts to speed us up. I tend not to do it, excuse me, I tend not to do it if we have more than 2. Just because it's, you know what, you're gonna be less accurate, and yeah. So let's have these coming down, and we're out of belts. But we will turn these, let's just say like here, and this will come down. We can skim it there. How does that sound? Oops. And this one will feed into whatever is here, and the other one will feed into this one. Like that. All right, let's go see how many belts we have. Maybe the recessing these in was actually going to be helpful. Yeah, I think so. That's more than I was expecting. That's good. As long as it keeps up with our demand, even if we have to keep going back, it's not a huge deal. And we're overdoing it anyways. We're using more belts than we like really absolutely need to. Okay, so let's set up the steel. Well, let's hold off on setting up the steel, because worst case scenario we can set up the steel afterwards. So we need to set up the copper. So let's set this one up here. This is going to be our initial main line for copper. Oh, we did not need all these. Oh no. All right, I'm gonna use map view and see if I can just peel in. I don't want to get rid of the stuff in the blueprints that we have. But all of those can go bye-bye. And to here, because we will not end up using a lot of that, so we just needed to leave room for it just in case. Alright, so these can ghost. We need to ghost. So we can ghost these and that. These we can get rid of. And ghost these back in. There. Okay, now we have a good solid line of where we need to go. We'll go ahead and send this one out all the way, because we know that we are going to... Oh no, yes. That is for our coal and copper. How many belts do we have? 120. And then the other side. I know, it's kind of boring setting these up, but that's why we don't do it all at once. sometimes whenever I play, I will set them all up. Like, I'll actually sometimes actually convert all of these into steel furnaces before I even start the bus, but for the sake of our playthrough this round, we're gonna do things a little bit tighter than that. Sorry, lights, you were just kind of in the way. We will line these up in a different way. And it's not overly important that we see what's going on in the in the smelting columns. So let's get this attached to the copper that we have here. 75 belts. Oof. We are cutting that close. Oh, no, we need power. And they are already active. And last one there. Okay, so let's set up the belts. 41 belts left. Oh boy. Alright, let's grab some more belts. Not yellow. We're probably fine on ammo. I don't want to like overproduce ammo, so we're gonna cut that back because we're not gonna need more. 300 belts, perfect. We can top up on grenades while we're here. We will definitely need more. So I said we're gonna set up some military science before we end this. So let's get this copper connected. Hopefully we have some stone bricks piled up. Let's see. We're gonna need to force some of these into. I'm gonna shift control place. And again, probably here. Shift control and place it. There. That can continue feeding that line, and we are going to have these other two merge together, let's say there. And that will feed our copper columns. We have iron on the go, we have copper on the go. We will connect them. I don't think we'll connect them by the end of this episode, but we will definitely have them for the next episode. Alright, so let's just grab a ton of stone brick and see what we need for military science. So we're going to set up a little hand-fed military thing here, and then we're going to drag a belt over here. That's just, no, not again. I've never done more damage to buildings and structures than I have in this this playthrough. Probably, you know, just trying to hurry through things. Okay, so I shouldn't have opened this up. Now I remember why I don't. So military science. We need piercing round ammo, which we have being crafted here. We're gonna hand feed this. We have grenades, which we have obviously here. And we need walls. Walls need stone brick, so that was the reason why we needed stone brick. We're gonna make 2 assemblers, and we are just going to, let's grab this ammo. We probably do not need all this ammo, so let's just toss a few stacks in. We'll do 4. Sure. And then we need some wall. So we're gonna place a wall there and one here and feed it in, and then feed this into the military, and then these can go into here. Let's do blue. The walls are fine. Okay, so this is military. Shift right click and shift left click. and this is a wall. Shift right click, shift left click. And we can just take, I don't know how many stone brick we grabbed. Let's just shift some of those in. Do a stack and a half, and the rest can go here. So then we're gonna place this on a belt. Like that, and let's just power it all together. Okay, alright. I get it. We need a fast inserter. And there's the wall. So this should be creating our military science. And it will output onto this belt. Awesome. And we're going to drag this over. And we can keep it out of the way a little bit. Oh, please don't blow up my belt. But we need to get it over to... and do not cross over these belts. We need to get over to here, and we're going to cut that in so that these can have access. We're probably going to need some power. Let's just line it up with how these are. Like that. Give it some power. Really? And for military science, oh, there's a couple of things we need to beef up actually. So, okay, we're gonna get stronger explosives too. This is going to allow us to one-shot trees with our grenades. We need steel, steel furnaces. We're gonna need fluids, the circuit network, and oil gathering. So oil gathering we will be doing shortly after we set up our bus, but this allows us to have our products to craft. So that is it for now. Let's just, we are going to kind of set up the bus a little bit before we end this episode. Most importantly, the copper and iron down here at the bottom. So in the next episode, we are going to be creating green circuits. Oh, do I have enough belts? Maybe just. And the copper. And we're gonna go underground there. Okay, so again, we are leaving enough room to have 6. And the way that we're going to move the bus forward is we're going to copy this and we're just going to drag this along. So this is mapping out exactly what we need for the bus. And then we can blow up the trees as needed. And that is going to prepare us for the future. So to start, we are definitely... 60. Yeah, we need more belts. We always need more belts. We'll just get the rest of that. You know what? Let's cut it off. Okay, so that's good enough for now. 34 minutes in, so that's where we will end this episode. I would like to have the stronger explosives, but you know what, that's fine. 400 and something. All right. So in the next episode, we are going to need, we're going to need a lot more assemblers. We are going to be creating green circuits off the bus. And I'm going to show a couple different ways that we can do that. We're going to need more power poles. We're going to need more splitters. Probably, yeah, 60-ish. We're going to need more undergrounds. We definitely need more. We need more assemblers. We need more blue inserters, and we definitely need more belts. So we're gonna end it there, and I will see you in the next episode when we are making green circuits off the bus. Yay, we finally get to use the bus. Okay, that's it, and thanks for watching.